Hey there, I'm Emma, and today we talk about how to comfort someone in English. So, you want to learn how to comfort someone in English? Not just the words, but the real human way to do it. Maybe you're worried you'll say the wrong thing. Maybe you freeze up when a friend is crying. You want to help, but the words feel stuck. I get it. It's scary. But what if I told you that comforting someone is less about being a perfect poet and more about being a warm, quiet presence? It's about connection, not correction. Let's talk about that. Let's learn this not as a textbook lesson, but as a human skill. Imagine this. Your friend Emma just got some bad news. Maybe she didn't get the job she really wanted. She's sitting across from you, her eyes are a bit red, and she's trying to smile but it's not working. What do you say? Your mind might go blank. That's okay. That's normal. Let's start from that blank space. The first, most powerful thing you can do is not with your mouth, but with your whole self. Your presence. You show up. You sit down. You make your body language soft. You don't need a grand speech. In fact, often the first words are the simplest. You look at her and you say, "Hey Emma, I'm so sorry." Or, "I heard what happened. That's really tough." See? Simple. You're not fixing anything yet. You're just acknowledging the weather in the room. You're saying, "I see the storm you're in." That's step one. Now let's give Emma a voice. Let's a little bit of this. I'll be me, and I'll imagine Emma's responses. This is our real-life dialogue practice. So I see Emma. She looks upset. I say, "Emma, hey, you okay? You look a bit down." And maybe Emma says, "Oh, it's nothing. Just a rough day." People often say it's nothing when it's clearly something. It's a shield. I could just say, "Oh, okay," and move on. But comforting means gently, kindly, not accepting that shield. So I might say, "Rough days can feel really heavy. Do you want to talk about it?" See the difference? I didn't force her. I didn't say, "Tell me what's wrong." I just offered a door. I made it safe. I used a feeling word. Heavy. I named the emotion she might be feeling without telling her what she is feeling. Let's say she opens the door a little. Emma says, "It's just that internship I applied for. I didn't get it. I really thought I would." Now here is the biggest trap in the world. The fix-it trap. My brain immediately wants to come up with solutions. Oh, there will be other internships. Or maybe it wasn't meant to be. Or, you should apply again next year. These seem helpful, right? But to someone who is hurting, these words can feel like you're brushing their pain aside. You're saying, "Don't feel that, feel better." So we resist the fix. We just listen. So I say, "Oh Emma, I'm so sorry to hear that. You were really hopeful about that one." What did I do? I reflected her feeling. You were really hopeful. I connected with the emotion behind the event. I validated it. I made it okay for her to feel disappointed. She might say, "Yeah, I was. I worked so hard on the application. I feel like I wasted all that time." My instinct might be to say, "No, it wasn't a waste." But again, that's arguing with her feeling. Instead, I listen deeper. I hear the feeling of wasted effort, of futility. So I say, "That makes so much sense. To put in all that work and feel like it didn't pay off. That's a really frustrating feeling." I'm not agreeing that she wasted her time. I'm agreeing that the feeling of frustration is understandable. Huge difference. This is active listening. It's the heart of comfort. You are a mirror, not a mechanic. You are reflecting her emotional world back to her, so she feels seen and understood. The words are simple. "That sounds really disappointing. It makes sense that you'd feel that way. I can see why that would hurt." Let's get a bit deeper into the psychology of this. When someone is in emotional pain, a part of their brain, the logical problem-solving part, often goes offline. The emotional brain is running the show. When you jump in with logic and solutions, you're speaking a language the emotional brain can't understand. It's like shouting engineering instructions at a crying baby. It doesn't work. But when you connect with the emotion, when you say, This is hard, this is sad. You are speaking the emotional brain's language. You are calming it down. You are saying, you are not alone in this feeling. And only when the emotional brain feels heard, can the logical brain come back online. Your comfort creates the safety for her to eventually find her own solutions. So back to Emma. She's feeling heard. She might cry a little. That's okay. Silence is also a powerful comforter. You don't have to fill every second with words. You can just sit there. You can hand her a tissue. A simple, gentle action. You can say, it's okay. Take your time. After the feeling has been aired out a bit, after she's talked, then you can move to gentle support. Not fixing, but supporting. This is where we use some key phrases. You can ask open questions that show care. What feels most difficult about this right now? Or, is there anything that feels a little helpful, even just a tiny bit? This helps her explore her own experience. You can offer simple, present tense support. I'm here for you. Not, I'll always be here for you, which is a big future promise, but I'm here for you right now. It's concrete. It's real. You can say, we'll get through this. If it's a shared problem, or you will get through this. If it's her journey. But notice, you're not saying how or when. You're expressing faith, not a plan. Let's continue our dialogue with Emma. The conversation has been quiet for a moment. Emma says, I just don't know what to do next. I could list ideas, but instead I stay in the supportive space. I say, that's completely fair. It's okay not to know right now. You don't have to figure it all out this second. I'm giving her permission to just be in the disappointment. I'm taking the pressure off. Then, I might ask a partnering question. Would it be helpful to brainstorm some ideas together later, when you're feeling up for it? Or would you prefer I just listen for now? This gives her control. It respects her process. The words we use to describe emotions are so important. In English, we have a rich palette of feeling words, but for comfort, we often use the simple, core ones. Sut, hurt, disappointed, frustrated, angry, scared, lonely, overwhelmed, stuck. Using these words is like offering a label for the messy feeling inside her. It makes it more manageable. It sounds like you're feeling really overwhelmed by it all. When you name it, you help contain it. Humor? Yes, but carefully. Not jokes about her pain. But sometimes, a little shared, gentle humor about the situation can be a relief. Later on, after the heavy stuff, you might say, well, their loss. They clearly didn't know they were missing out on the future superstar. It's light. It's a small puff of air to lift the blanket of sadness for a second. But it only works if the emotional connection has been firmly made first. Never use humor to avoid the sadness. Now let's talk about what not to say. We call these comfort blockers. They are the phrases that come from a good place but block real connection. First, at least you have your health. At least you have another job. At least it wasn't worse. This minimizes her pain. It tells her she shouldn't feel as bad as she does. Second, you should, or why didn't you? This is just advice and can feel like criticism in disguise. Third, I know exactly how you feel. And then launching into your own story. You might mean to show empathy, but it can steal the focus. It's better to say, I can't imagine exactly how this feels for you, but it sounds incredibly hard. This is more humble, more respectful. Fourth, everything happens for a reason. Or it's all part of God's plan. Even if you believe this, it's not comforting in the raw moment. It feels like you're explaining away her pain before she's even finished feeling it. Comfort is about being with the person in the reasonless, messy, unfair feeling. It's about solidarity, not philosophy. So we've been with Emma. We've listened. We've reflected feelings. We've avoided the traps. The conversation is winding down. How does it end? Comfort doesn't always have a neat ending. The problem isn't solved. She still doesn't have the internship. Your closing words are just as important as your opening ones. You want to leave her feeling a bit lighter, a bit less alone. You can offer a simple, practical gesture of care. Can I make you a cup of tea? Do you want to just watch something silly for a bit to take your mind off things? This moves from emotional care to practical, gentle care. It's a transition back to the ordinary world. And as you leave, or end the call, you reaffirm your support. Thanks for telling me all that. I'm really glad you shared it with me. This makes her feel that her vulnerability was a gift, not a burden. You can say, I'm always just a text away, okay? Seriously. Keep it open. Keep it simple. Let's do one final piece of our dialogue, the closing part. The heavy talking has slowed. Emma looks a bit tired, but maybe a little less tense. I say, how are you feeling now after talking about it? Emma says, a bit tired, but actually a little better. Just getting it out helped. I say, I'm really glad. Thank you for trusting me with it. See, I'm thanking her. I'm acknowledging the courage it took to be vulnerable. Then I offer that practical bridge. I'm about to make some hot chocolate. Would you like some? My treat. It's a small thing, but it's an act of continued care. It says, I'm not running away from you now that the hard talk is over. I'm still here. Emma might say yes, or she might say she needs to be alone. Either is okay. You respect it. Okay, no problem. Get some rest. Text me if you need anything, even just an emoji. And that's it. You haven't performed magic. You haven't solved her problem. But you have done something profound. You have shared a human moment. You have made a dark room a little less dark because you stepped inside and sat with her in it. Your English was simple. Your sentences were sometimes long and flowing with empathy, sometimes short and steady. That's hard. I'm here. Tell me more. This skill, comforting someone, it's not about vocabulary lists. It's about heart posture. It's about choosing connection over correction. It's about valuing the person over the problem. And when you approach it with that quiet, warm presence, the words will come. They will be the right words because they will be real. They will be human. And that is the most amazing comfort of all. Okay, bye.